My name is Meeta
And I am Ani.
from Boost Your Brain. In this video, we are going to discuss different factors that affect the climate. In my previous video, I discussed how latitude affects the climate of different places. You can find the link of the same in the description box right under this video. Apart from latitude, there are many factors that affect the climate. Altitude, distance from the sea, direction of wind, humidity. In this video, we are going to discuss them one by one. Hello Anne, do you remember we discussed how the distance from the equator affect the climate?
Yes, places on or close to the equator get direct sun rays. As we move to the north or the south of the equator, the sun rays get slanted and has to cover a larger area of the earth's surface than the direct rays that fall on the equator. Hence, places near the equator are very hot and the places near the poles are very cold. Or we can say that places near the lower latitudes are hot, whereas higher latitudes are cold.
Good. Apart from latitude, that means the distance from the equator, there are many more factors that affect climate. They are altitude, distance from the sea, direction of wind, and humidity. Let's discuss them one by one. Altitude means the height above the sea level. The higher area is always cooler than the sea level area at the same latitude. Therefore, hill stations are cool even when it is very warm in plains at the same latitude. So we can say the higher the altitude, the cooler the climate is. Now let's try to understand how the altitude affects the climate. One of the reason is the atmospheric pressure. It is higher at the sea level and it decreases as the altitude increases. This variation of atmospheric pressure is due to lower amount of air at higher places. Let's see how the atmospheric pressure is related to the temperature. Imagine these are the air molecules. When there is less pressure, the air molecules are quite apart. And when there is high pressure, many of them come closer together. When the molecules come closer, their collision and vibration generates heat energy. This leads to an increase in temperature. Hence, higher the pressure, the higher is the temperature. So, we can say as there is low atmospheric pressure at the mountain top, it is colder than plains. Another factor for the cold temperature of mountain top is the heating process of earth. The air does not directly get heated up by the sun. Instead, the sun heats the surface of the earth. As there is not much landmass on the mountain, it does not absorb the heat very well. So the plain absorb the heat and radiate the remaining back. A very small fraction of it reaches to the mountain top. Hence, the mountains are colder than the plain. Now we know how the altitude affects the climate of a place. As we move up, the temperature goes down. The temperature usually decreases by 1 degree centigrade for every 100 meters gain in altitude. The second factor is the distance from the sea. The climate of the place depends on how close or far it is from the sea. Places close to the sea is cool because the sea water and the air above the sea heats up slower than the land and the air above the land. The air above the land heats up fast. This hot air moves up and create vacuum. To fulfill this vacuum, cold air above the sea blows towards the land known as sea breeze and keeps the near places cool. In winter, sea water and the air above the sea does not cool down fast, so the climate is moderate near the sea, neither very hot nor very cold. Let's take an example of Mumbai and Delhi. Mumbai is closer to the equator than Delhi. We can therefore expect Mumbai to be warmer than Delhi during summer. But this is not so because Mumbai is situated on the sea coast. This makes its climate moderate. Third factor is the direction of the wind. Winds tend to flow in particular direction in different parts of the world. They blow from the area of lower temperature to the area of high temperature. Winds may be hot, cool, dry, or full of moisture, depending on where they come from. Wind blows from the sea are cool. The wind blow from the warm places are warm. Warm wind blow from the equator. Cold wind blow from the poles. Warm wind also causes rainfalls. They can easily pick up moisture from both land and water. When hot air rises up, the moisture in the air gets cool and condensed to form cloud. On further cooling, it rains. Wind blow from the sea carries moisture in great distance. When they go over the mountain, the moisture becomes cold and causes rain. Do you know the monsoon winds from the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea bring rain to large part of India? The hot winds from the desert makes Delhi very hot during summer. Thus, the climate of an area is affected by the wind. Fourth factor is humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. It affects the climate of a place. The air above the equator is loaded with water vapor. This is because the high temperature near the equator causes a higher amount of evaporation of water from the Earth's surface, which causes heavy rain in the area. So, the climate near the equator is hot and wet. Deserts are formed in places where there is very little humidity and so very little rain throughout the year. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please give us thumbs up. Also, don't forget to share, subscribe and press the bell icon. For more informative videos, blogs and customized expert support for your child, please visit my website boosturbrain.com.
Bye.